Hello and welcome to another Doctor's Assistant 1 video, and today I'm reviewing the another 8th Doctor comic book, issue 4 out of 5. So yeah, unfortunately this is the second to last issue out of the 8th Doctor miniseries. I'm hoping, much like the 9th Doctor miniseries, that this has gone so popular that they continue it on, because I absolutely adore M'gann and the companion, and they just work so well. I actually really like this cover. This cover's really nice. You've kind of got the Doctor in this pose where he's kind of like getting attacked by these plant-like creatures, and then you've got Josephine there trying to escape. You got the Doctor Who logo, the 1996 TV movie Type 1. You've got M'gann there, like a photo of him there, and Doctor Who in the Diamond thing. New Adventures with the 8th Doctor, BBC. You've got the barcode in the TARDIS thing, cover A, and stuff. That's everything basically about the front cover. You've got the bio on the Doctor, Josephine Day, and the TARDIS previously, so if this is the first issue you've picked up of the 8th Doctor, you can quickly read this synopsis, which gives you a brief summary of what happened in the last issue. I would definitely say this, so far, this and issue 3 and 4 have probably been the best reads, personally, in my opinion. But as I keep saying with a lot of these series of Doctor Who comics, I will try and do a retrospective, sort of going back and reading all 5 of the comics when they've all come out, and then saying which I think's the best, what I thought of the overall story arc, and stuff like that. Doom Coalition 2 advertisement on the back, an advertisement thing for a Doctor Who shop place, and then the variant covers for this issue, that one and that one. I quite like that one actually, quite a bit actually, mainly because it's the like 1996 TV movie, like interior of the TARDIS, but with obviously the Night of the Doctor costume, which I quite like. And then you've got this interview thing with a fan who found the interior of the TARDIS from the movie and some other stuff, and yeah, I haven't read it all, I've literally just read that bit. Variant covers of the next issue, which, yeah, I actually like the standard one quite a bit. You know, you've got this interesting picture of Josephine Day in what looks like a coffin, and then you've got this one, cover B, then cover C, which I quite like as well. Then you've got, obviously, information about the other comics that are available, and the fact that you can get them on digital downloads. Who wrote it, the artists, stuff like that, which is kind of weird, because usually that information, if I can get that page again, is a little bit weird, because in the 4 Doctors comics that I've been reading and reviewing, that information seems to be at the front, so which is a bit weird. But yeah, in this one it's on the back, so apparently George Mann wrote this one, which is interesting, because I think he also wrote the first issue for this mini-series, which, to be honest, I appreciate that that one's got a lot on its back, riding on its back. You know, you have to introduce a new companion, you have to write the tone for the 8th Doctor and where he is in his, you know, very complex timeline. You set over an overall story arc, so it just generally feels like one of those issues/stories that felt very lackluster, you know, purely on its own merits, you know. That is issue 1. This one is superb. There's, yeah, I really like this sort of panel here, where these people are getting infected by these plant-like creatures. They're not the crinoids, they're the... I can't remember what the name is of the bad guys, but yeah, and I also really like this. Like, there's this, like, fairy tale aspect, so if you're into stuff like Lord of the Rings or Harry Potter, you might actually like this, but then we find out that actually it's, like, more of an alien thing, and that. It just feels very natural and organic, this story. You know, this character's getting attacked here, that panel is really cool. You know, it feels like a organic, natural sort of 8th Doctor story, you know, it feels very fast-paced, very frantic, you know, and I feel like at the beginning the Doctor and Josephine have quite a bit of sort of nice dialogue, you know, that light-hearted sort of banter, for lack of a better word, and that, which makes their characters feel all the more real, you know, that they're not always, like, bickering or arguing, or she's not like, you know, saying loads of ridiculous over the top sort of sciencey, Y&C sort of complex sentences or anything like that that makes her feel like the writers are trying to make her sound smarter than she is, and that. You know, as I say, I just really like McGann in this. McGann is really cool. There's a lot of bits where obviously they're running about and stuff. There always feels like there's a threat, and the ending don't feel too much like a cop-out either, which is what I had, my major gripe was with issue 3, from what I can remember of reading that one. I felt like that ending was too much of a cop-out. This one works in the narrative of the story. It works, and it didn't feel like it came out of the blue. It didn't feel like it was rushed, the ending. Whereas, as I say, issue 3 did feel like it was rushed, the ending, but it was still a very cool concept, and it was still very, very much executed well, issue 3, and I did like reading issue 3. So I'd definitely say, as I say, I'd definitely say issue 3 and this one are probably up there for best two Eighth Doctor comic books out of this miniseries so far. Anyway, I mean, of this recording, I have yet to read issue 5. So, but yeah, I like how as well, like, this is like a flashback and it's all coloured in differently and stuff, and you've still got that running theme of sort of a similar sort of art style to some of the other ones and stuff, you know, this sort of oil pastel type thing, and you've got close-up shots, you get shots where the, you know, panels where they're further away, and establishing shots and stuff like that, you know, panels of different sizes and variety, which makes it all the more interesting. You know, some panels where you don't even feel like there is a panel there, and, you know, imagery is crossing over into different sections and that, and it's all very visually impressive and intriguing and nice on the eyes, really, and the colours are very nice as well. Like the green for the plants sort of stands out amongst the sort of duller colours of the other characters and stuff. I mean, the yellow on Sophie's dress is probably another colour that stands out alongside with the green of the plant-like aliens. So yeah, I definitely recommend this comic book if you're a big fan of the Eighth Doctor, and yeah, it's definitely a must-have for any fan of the Eighth Doctor, as played by Paul McGann. So yeah, thanks for watching, comment, rate, and subscribe.